Hey everybody, welcome back to Inside Gaming Daily for Wednesday.
Yeah, let's hump for a little scrounging that console barrel for story scraps. Your hump day just got a little more leaks of next-gen hardware. Isn't that right, Amir?
Is the PS5 really shaped like a cake with a big slice taken out of it, or one of those soft, squishy toilet covers that your grandma has in her house that is surely riddled with bacteria? That's
PS5.
poo-poo and pee-pee little particles.
Sadly, this leak doesn't involve the PS5. That's still under wraps, well, as much as under wraps as the dev kit leaks have made it. But we do have a new look at the Xbox Series X.
Oh. What? Hold on a second. Didn't we already see that? Like, isn't there literally a trailer showing off that fridge-looking motherfucker?
Okay, yes and no. Brian?
Yeah, you're right. We got to see the front. Microsoft made headlines when they showed off their fancy next-gen machine during the Game Awards, but there was one big part missing, the back. Baby need back, like Sir Mix-a-Lot said. I know, he said baby got back. Don't question me on this.
Baby need back. But anyways, back to the console. How will we plug anything into it? That seems like a bit of an oversight. We did get some false alarm Xbox ass about a week ago, and we'll talk about that in a second. Hold your horses. Because now we finally got a legit look at the backside and all those beautiful ports, at least we think so. Every news outlet is frothing at the mouth to see all sides of this thing, and we're no different.
I like the imagery of frothing at the mouth. The newest leak comes from a user called Curry Panda on NeoGAF, who posted front and back shots of a prototype console, and it looks pretty legit. You can clearly see a sticker that says Xbox product name placeholder, which honestly is the name they should have gone with. Well, let's be honest, because then you can name it yourself, just like a Build-A-Bear. I'd name mine Xbox Jerry or Xbox confusingly sexually attracted to Phil Spencer.
Xbox Daddy. There's also a barcode and a serial number that the leaker didn't blur out, which means it's gonna be pretty identifiable for Microsoft.
Yeah, it should be very easy for them to find this leaker and fire his ass, so I don't know why they wouldn't blur it out. It seems pretty basic. I feel like a 5-year-old would know how to do this.
It's not as bad as the guy that leaked Shadow of the Tomb Raider while working on a deck on the subway.
At any rate, bless you for your service. I can't tell if you're dumb or you don't give a but either way, mad respect. You know, as ding-dongs, we gotta stick together.
You earned Amir's respect.
Yeah, but let's not let a person's career die in vain. Let's look at the ports. I never thought I'd be so excited to look at some electronic holes, at least not until robots took over the Earth. But for starters, we can see a single HDMI port as well as a spot for a power cable. Always important. You can't game without power. Coming back tomorrow for more hard-hitting gaming news.
You need electricity to do pretty much anything.
Yeah, there's also an Ethernet port as well as 2 USB-A ports.
Oh, so no USB-C? Well, cancel my theoretical pre-order then.
There's also an optical audio port as well as a bunch of other holes on either side, which are pretty clearly for ventilating. You know, you go, baby. You gotta ventilate.
My anaconda don't want none unless you properly ventilate, hon.
Ooh, damn.
Oh, that's pretty good.
You earned Amir's respect.
Yeah, one interesting thing to note is that there's also a big rectangular port in the middle. What in high heavens could that be, Brian?
Well, the tech site Kakarot says that slot is for diagnostic reporting, and they don't expect it to be in the final hardware. Remember, this is just a prototype, so, you know, maybe this is one they're sending out just to test so people can kind of get under the hood. So I don't know if a regular user will need to diagnostic report anything.
I will say that would make a good pickup line. You know, you meet a girl at a bar. Hey, can we do some diagnostic testing?
How big's your diagnostic port, baby? Anyways, there's also a hole near the... Oh, I hate what you do to me.
How big their vaginas are.
Hey, girl.
Hey, say when.
2-car garage, 3-car garage.
Yeah, there's also a hole near the top, which could indicate that the back is removable. Again, though, that could just be a feature for the prototype and not actually on the final one. Which, I mean, that wouldn't be the first time Xbox has mass-produced something that has a removable facade. You know, remember getting those cool Gears of War faceplates for your 360? That was dope.
Ooh, a hole near the top, girl, you nasty.
All in all, the ports are pretty much what's expected, although some people might be annoyed that it only has one HDMI port instead of 2, which would allow you to connect your cable box to the console and send the HDMI signal through that.
If you know what I'm saying.
Oh, a little bit of entertainment DP for you?
That was a feature of the Xbox One, but it looks like Microsoft might be backing away from that.
Oh, Microsoft backing away from Xbox being the all-in-one entertainment machine?
Come on.
So the real question here is this real? Because like we mentioned earlier, we've had a fake leak of the Xbox Series X backside fairly recently. During AMD's keynote at CES earlier this month, they showed off what appeared to be the back of the console. We've been seeing a lot of behind. Brian, what
A lot
about
of ass.
We've seen a lot of ass.
Seen a lot of ass.
Yeah, Brian, what did that leak have?
Yeah, the fake ass had 2 USB Type-C ports, 2 HDMI ports, an Ethernet jack, an optical connection, and of course, power cable socket. Turns out, though, it was not real. It was taken from a site called turbosquid.com, which sounds like a Reddit user, not a company, or a porn site you have to keep hidden from your significant other.
I was thinking that.
Yeah, I think we all were thinking that.
Yeah.
So we've definitely been fooled before, but this time might be different. Isn't that right, Amir?
Yeah, this latest leak has already been kind of confirmed. 2 weeks ago, the writer Brad Sams of Kakarot posted a diagram of the backside of the ass of the Xbox Series X, and that diagram lines up pretty perfectly with the latest leak.
Anyways, so there we go. We might finally have a complete new view of the Xbox Series X, but what about its competition, Brian?
Well, short answer, we don't know. Long answer, we still don't know what the PS5 looks like, but there are a lot of rumors floating around, and we are not too good to report on all of them.
Oh, please, do go on.
Well, there's the V-shaped dev kit that's been out there for a while, but as many people pointed out, just because a dev kit looks a certain way, that's not necessarily an indicator of what the final console will look like. Somebody posted like a side-by-side of all the PS dev kits over the years. Almost none of them looked like the final version.
Yeah, thank God. Am I right? Ooh. Yeah, but a few days ago, a Twitter user named Drunk Cat posted a render that's supposedly the new PS5, and it's kind of X-shaped.
So should we believe Drunk Cat? Well, that same account also posted images of the PS5 dev kit a few months ago, so maybe there's some credence to this? Maybe?
Maybe. Yeah, it's
That's
also
a
doubtful.
very talented alcoholic cat.
Hey, they need to take the edge off too. But it's also doubtful that the X-shaped PS5 will be the final deal. Others have said that it's just an internal mock-up that was made at Sony, which is lame as hell. I love this lifesaver looking thing.
Just show us the final console, Sony. I mean, I'm guessing, some sort of big black box.
Yeah, at the end of the day, the design of the console isn't the most important thing in the world. It's just a fun thing to obsess over while we're waiting for the holiday season to get here.
And all of the games that got delayed until later this year, will I ever get to play Cyberpunk?
Nope.
Tell me.
Connor ensured that.
I'm looking at
What?
you, Connor.
You willing Cyberpunk's delay into
game
existence.
delay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I also have some more things I'd like to decree. Animal
No,
Crossing.
don't.
Off.
Can we-
no
can
more
we-
Animal Crossing.
Can we please cut his mic?
The building's falling apart!
Christ.
Hey, we did have
Oh
a
yeah,
good-
the big one's coming.
we did have
tomorrow.
We did
Okay,
have a nice
thank you
little
for that.
3.5 last night, yeah. Yeah, speaking of Cyberpunk 2077 getting delayed, there's a rumor about why it was delayed. Brian, tell.
Some are saying that the reason it was delayed is because it didn't run that great on the current gen consoles, specifically the PS4 and the Xbox One. I know, a cutting edge game that runs like crap on a 7-year-old machine. I am shocked, fellas.
Yeah, this came via a Polish podcast and an alleged insider named Boris Nicepilak.
Good job, Zach.
You earned Amir's respect.
We're gonna call him Boris for the rest of the story.
Sure. Boris said that CD Projekt Red was having trouble getting the game to perform on the two systems, especially the Xbox One, but it's not clear if they were talking about the base systems or the more powerful versions.
Allegedly, the developer was given a deadline of January 2020 to fix the issues, or the game would have to be delayed, and so, here we are. It is January of 2020, last I checked.
Yeah, but obviously none of that is confirmed, but it does speak to the difficulties of designing games on old hardware. That's always been the issue with consoles, but it's especially tough late in this generation.
So maybe Cyberpunk will be a next-gen game. Yeah, maybe it's cross-gen, and it'll have graphical downgrades for the PS4 and Xbox One. I mean,
That's
wouldn't
what
be
I'm
the first
thinking.
time that's happened.
Yeah, I have a strange tickling in my balls that Cyberpunk is going to be a PS5 and Xbox.
That's just the soy sauce.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
true.
I will be very open here in saying I've yet to try it, and I kind of want to, but here's the thing: is I don't know if it's more effective to do the I've seen people do the put it on your finger and then dab.
Oh, you're talking about the taste buds?
But I don't know if I want to just I don't know if I want to just straight up like do this over a cup. That's because I use Downy. Anyways, at any rate, this is another reason why we're all so interested to get to the next generation of consoles. We want to play the newest stuff and ideally not have to wait through 2-minute load screens just because they're on last-gen hardware.
Yeah.
And that's being generous.
Speaking of load times, Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, amazing game. But the load times are absolutely ridiculous. I mean, granted, I do have a base launch day PS4, but come on, it's 2020. Can we please? I'm not saying games don't need a load at all. I'm just saying, can we just fix them a little bit?
Or if you're gonna have a loading screen, make it like Dragon Quest Builders 2, where you get to see cool user creations at the loading screen. Love that. Anyways, y'all have a good middle of the week. We're gonna go play on our games. I don't
Play on our games. We're gonna go play on games.
Cut it, like, let's go.
We're gonna go play on our games.
Did Brian not hear you talk about Dragon Quest?
He made a good point. I have nothing to add.
I tend to think it looks like a coffee thermos. Like you could just unscrew the top
Okay.
and then pour X juice into your face.
Also a good thing.
Yeah, and then you just hear the Halo theme all day. All new console generations are a reboot most of the time. For Microsoft, this is a chance to start fresh after a bad start the last time around.
Yeah, it's no secret that the Xbox One had a rough launch, but since then Microsoft has rebounded and they made some impressive gains